dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's super effective. It's doing it wrong.
Oh, it could be like a fireball.
Right, guys, just re-improv. Guys, no improv.
Complete improv.
Okay. This is the Assassin's Creed duel with the first thing. Oh god. Okay.
Look cool. That was nice.
Wait, let's.
Did you see that in 3D?
Concrete.
Stay on the concrete, kids.
After you reload, shoot.
I'm gonna get a pro shot. Pro shot. Gotta get a pro shot. Nope, he's fine. He's fine.
No, he stepped off.
It was just a little sliver, boy.
Here. He stepped off. He fell in lava. Oh.
You can sit there prone or just drop shot.
You can still try.
You got this, Alex.
Get to your corner.
You got this.
Get to your corner. Wait, what's his name?
Alex?
Alex, okay. Alex. Creeper Alex. Versus John Tron.
The popper will signify the start from Steven. This is going to be epic.
Please shoot him.
Yeah, woo! We got truce! Truce! Wow, this is the most passive-aggressive match I've seen all day.
This is.
Oh! Yeah! Alex! My man! Yeah, and you see it here that Alex won! Armadillo or a meal with a pistol. Hey,
It's a
keep going! Keep going that way, man!
Immense meal.
The cameraman has to take risks.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here. Today is going to be a little bit more of a kind of personal, I guess, insight into my life. You know, I like to do these every now and then just to kind of inject some reality into, you know, the person behind the photographs and all that kind of stuff in the videos and whatnot. Yeah, about a month and a half ago, I went into a psychologist or whatnot, licensed professional. Looking to get a diagnosis for Autism Spectrum Disorder, and I always kind of felt like something was different about me, something was, I guess, in a way off, and just something, it became more obvious, I'll say that, when I moved out of my hometown and kind of went to a whole new city and, you know, whole new surroundings and new people to meet and stuff, and like, while I've done fairly well to like get by and stuff from the social aspect, still kind of found like I struggled quite a bit, and just kind of stuff like that. And so I just had this like more creeping suspicion that like something may be going on, and I felt like it was this in particular. And so I went to get a diagnosis and do like this big old evaluation that was like audio, visual, spatial, memory, writing, hearing, listening, whatever. And so I did all that, and basically it came up that I got an official diagnosis of level 1, which is basically like high functioning. That means that obviously I can carry out daily tasks for the most part and adult responsibilities, and do things that are like mostly independently on my own and have little to no problems with that. Quite pretty much overall, I would say. But there's still like some stuff, and it usually comes from like, once again, like social aspects that I struggle with, or visual cues that people may give, or just kind of anything just like that, really. And so this is like, it's such a weird thing now, kind of being on the other side of it, and just kind of thinking about what it means for, my life at large, but also my photography and all that stuff. And it's kind of like a weird paradoxical kind of thing for me, how I've been, I guess you could say my reaction to it, because it's like, it feels like everything's changed, but at the same time, nothing's changed at the same time. If that probably doesn't make sense, but what I mean is like, it's like, okay, cool, there's this new thing, we'll call it a label, I don't know what you call it, like part of my identity, this new thing, and it's like, I can let it like drive me crazy, being like, this is like me, and it's like, I do want to identify with it, like there is purpose there, I believe, but at the same time, it's like, it's still like, I look around, I'm like, this is like, I've been always living like this, I just didn't know it, quite literally. And so it's kind of nice in a way to have this kind of word, this spectrum, literally, and have like a way to seek out more information and more resources, and to find a way to like kind of like better myself, and just kind of learn more about myself and my person and all that kind of stuff. And so it's just been very eye-opening in that regard, and it just literally, like, it just makes a whole lot of sense as to why I am the way I am, but also just why things are the way they are, literally. Just like looking around at how passionate I am about this, this hobby, this, lifetime pursuit, literally. Even business, not so much lately, but what I was doing for a couple of years, very just full-time, head-on, and all that stuff. And just seeing how invested I am into the craft, and making videos, making photographs, making art, the framing, the printing, sometimes writing words about, waxing poetically about my work and all that. And just all the kind of like creative ideas and aspects to what I do. And also just not to mention also learning about nature, learning about wildlife, species, and stuff like that, and where to find them, and just everything about all of this stuff that I do. And just to see that as like, now as like a, what they call like a special interest, and that's like something that like, it's, you could talk about for hours. You could, if someone brings it up or asks a question, you could like, you kind of just glow up, and you go like, you just have a lot to talk about, I guess, in this very specific, somewhat narrowed interest. And so it's just been very interesting that it's like, it just all makes sense now, and it's like, it's always been right there in plain sight, and I just like, it's kind of like a nice, in a way, sigh of relief of just like how this all kind of makes sense to me now. And so like I said before, like, it just doesn't really change much, but it does at the same time. And it's just interesting to kind of look through, my entire life's work as it is right now, I guess, and all the years of images and the videos and all the like stuff, the passion, I guess, and the creative energy I've poured into it, and just to be like just to know that like this is a strength. Like, autism doesn't have to be, it's not a weakness. I don't even really like calling it a disorder. Some people would say disability, and typically with level 1 high functioning, it would be considered an invisible disability at that. Because it's like I've subconsciously masked it my whole life to get through daily life and all that, through school and work and friendships and, relationships, all that kind of stuff. And so it's like interesting to kind of see like peeling back the mask, unmasking, if you will, of my life and like people I've known and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, it's weird how I almost feel in a way more comfortable in my own skin now, just because I know why I am the way I am, as I've said before already, several times probably. And yeah, and it's just interesting to see how much I like look into like the visual aspect and how invested I get into like literally even in the moment taking an image and being like just getting so lost in the process and the flow state of mind and just literally all that kind of stuff. And just yeah, it's just been interesting to just have peel back all these layers just to kind of understand more about myself and why I enjoyed this kind of like this particular pursuit of nature photography and whatnot. Because even though I've done this in groups and with others plenty of times, it's like it's still it can be at least an isolating and solitary pursuit that thankfully so I can do on my own and have little to no people or interruptions to kind of like throw me off track. And because if there is too many people around, then it's like it's hard for me to record a video like this or speak to a camera or let alone even take an image if someone's like right over my shoulder, literally. But so it's very interesting in that regard, just to have all of this kind of like happen recently, and just to kind of it's been very eye-opening. And so what does this mean for my photography? Like I said, literally means nothing, because I am still gonna keep doing what I do. And if anything, it's like I've kind of found a newfound sense of purpose, I would say. It's kind of like a renewed sense of like who I am and what I want to do, and like knowing that I can do this still, and this little disability or whatever is actually, to me at least, a strength, because it just shows that I can pick apart meticulous parts in the scene or a subject, and compose and edit photographs, and to really just like care so much about what I do, and to make it the best, dare I say, product, but creation, I guess would be a better word, of the image or the video or whatever the outcome, whatever the end result is, that it's something that I'm proud of, and I'm most of the time like willing to share, and share with the internet, the public, friends of mine, that kind of stuff. And so yeah, it's been weird recently to like kind of like come to that conclusion, but like I really do think it is a strength. And I'm not going to necessarily run around and just like identify with it everywhere I go and mention it every video, or make it a point to like introduce myself to people like that. It's not something I'm going to like wear on my sleeve necessarily, but like by making this video and talking about it and just kind of thinking over my career, if I guess you could say, how it's been so far. And it's just like, it's been really interesting to just kind of see all that and how it all makes sense now. So like I said, it's not going to change anything. I'm still going to do what I love here and share it with you guys. And I'm excited for what's to come here. Definitely a lot of great ideas for photos, videos, trips, you name it. A lot of things coming down the pipeline here, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. But this whole creativity thing and stuff, it just feels like a strength. I keep saying it, but it just feels nice to kind of make more sense of why I like this stuff so much, and that I'm going to keep doing it. It's not going to stop me, and autism, I think, in a way, made me the photographer I am today, and literally the person I am today, of course. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, and you know, me sharing it here is my way of kind of just saying that, like, it's okay to share it, and it's okay to speak up and talk about it, whether it is to this camera or to someone that I know or whatnot, and that's totally fine. And so, and that's really the exciting part about it, for me, is that it's honestly something that, you know, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to kind of think about some more. But anyways, this is probably gone long enough. I just kind of want to share this update with you guys. I know it's not the most probably exciting thing in the world, but I'm looking forward to what's to come here in the future, and you know, look forward to, you know, of course, once again, sharing it with you guys. And if you made it this far in the video, I want to just say thank you. Hopefully, it wasn't, you know, too much of a bore, but yeah, I think that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.